All right, before we get going, when I talk about the official beer sponsor of this show, you guys already know that it's a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. The big green keg will be delivered tomorrow.
Love that.
How excited are you?
It's like the Stanley Cup right now for me. So for people that don't know, Miller Lite and the big green egg,
which is a grill.
Smoker.
yes, did a collaboration, and it's a kegerator. And we're having it for the party Saturday. I'm fired up.
Can we pull up a picture of that, Lance, while we're talking about it? Because if you haven't seen it, it went viral, I feel like, at least in our circles, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer ago than that. But
Sick.
It is so sweet. Oh, it must have been longer because we've been asking Jeff about it for our
For
Miller.
6 weeks.
Yeah,
For a
for a
while.
while, yeah.
Nothing better than an unlikely crossover.
Yes.
Miller Lite and the big green egg.
But
Yes.
it's one of those things that it shouldn't make sense, but it makes perfect sense.
Why does that make sense? We talk about grilling in Miller Lite all day.
To put a keg inside of a grill?
Is that so?
I don't know,
Whoever,
whoever-
It's just-
But does
it's
it
just-
grill too?
Whoever. No.
It's just a keg.
It's a kegger.
Whoever the
it just
guy
looks sweet.
or
It
girl,
is.
whoever the person was that thought of this collaboration is a genius.
Yeah.
Is a genius. I want to give you your due. I wish I knew your name. You're a genius. So yeah, like Dave said, Miller Lite grilling goes together perfectly.
Hitting dingers with the fellas.
Exactly. So we're gonna have a ton of it this weekend. With Miller Lite in your hand, grilling doesn't just taste great; it tastes like Miller time. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/midshow, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Just make sure you celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories per 12 ounces. On that note, all right, Baymang, welcome to the Mid Show. Full crew here today. You guys left me hanging Tuesday. I was doing my Mike Francesa.
How'd it go? You missed us?
You know what?
You liked it, didn't
I had more fun than I thought I would. Right, Lance?
Yeah, it was fun, and people seemed to like it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Chat
it
was going nuts.
All right, well, then we'll just go fuck ourselves.
Forgive my
Today,
ignorance
too?
again, but does Francesa have a producer you can rip it up with?
Yeah.
Kind of like Jamie with JR.
Correct. Yeah.
He does.
But I feel like the things I've seen, he just talk like
That's what
he
I-
does.
he'll just-
95%
he'll just
of the
go.
talking.
He like Vince Scully's it.
Like Kyle.
And,
Yeah.
and Rogan always has a guest.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. It was interesting. But welcome back. You guys had to run because you guys were in the Jerry Bonds contest.
Yeah.
736 home runs?
No, the record is
63.
63.
763.
763. 62?
Is the record, so we had to hit
63. Sorry, I
63,
mixed it
yeah.
up. How we feeling today? We record on Wednesday, so this is like not even
We finished about
13 hours ago?
14 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep probably about 12 hours ago.
It took me a while to wind down. I didn't get to bed until
Not even to
1:30.
wind down, but like I was already so sore that I couldn't get comfortable in bed.
Yeah, it was a rough night of sleep for sure. I weirdly when I got home after sitting in the car on the way home, you stiffen up and all the rigor mortis sets in from because I was killing the ball. Ha ha ha. I got out of the car, I
you
thought
kinda
my
were
legs gonna
killing the
be
ball.
fucking destroyed.
What?
I thought my legs were going to be destroyed by how I
Yeah.
got out of your car, but it's my upper body today that is just it feels like I went through a garbage disposal.
You would have loved seeing Eddie, or Eddie. You would have loved seeing Dave in his peak yesterday. Every ball was hit harder than the next. He went all out on every swing.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, this was tailor-made for you.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It was like we used to say that your day at the stool at the Sox was like International
This
White
was.
Sox Dave Day. This was like Dave Day.
Mhm.
We've talked about doing that before too, where it's like we all have a day for a video, where it's kind of like they did Mac and Charlie Day and Always Sunny. This was your day. It just hey,
I don't necessarily think it was my day. I think it's just
it's the thing that you love the most.
yeah.
You like to throw more than hit, though, right?
no hitting's fun.
Hitting's more fun.
Hitting's
Yeah.
fun.
Hitting's
Okay.
fun. I had so much fun yesterday, in spite of how destroyed my body is.
But-
I miss that shit, and I said it. I like not to get soppy or anything, but I'm obviously pissed off at baseball. I sent this tweet out. That was a nice little reminder that baseball is the best. Like, because baseball is the best. It's the prettiest sport. It's the most
I just have
aesthetic sport.
figured out that I just love all sports.
Yeah.
You want to play?
I would
bat?
if I want to do that on a soccer field or
I see. I probably would. I'd go around. I'll
couldn't
kick
give
the
a
ball
shit.
around down there.
no,
It's
baseball
all-
is it for me.
Yeah, I know it's your number one, but it was like perfect. It was a nice field down. We were in Romeoville. We had an unbelievable sunset. We ordered pizzas and ice cream. We had the Lucy's going. Just the guys hanging out hitting bombs. doesn't get much better.
It doesn't. It really does not get better. Sunflower seeds. I haven't had sunflower seeds in forever.
And that was the thing where I think I have 3 high school hits in my life. I played Little League at 4, and then I played my last year of high school. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I replied to the email like, hey, if you need a guy, like, I'm happy to do it.
Recommendation, don't sneeze.
Hurt your back?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was just like...
So you were worried about it.
Yeah.
You were nervous.
There was a high chance of embarrassment for me.
Do you feel like you did that? I didn't get to see that.
I thought I did fine.
I'd pop in here and there and watch.
I thought I did fine.
No one embarrassed himself.
Yeah. Like, I hit enough out, but it was just like by the end, like, my hands were so sore. And the thing, like, when they had like the punishment wheel, and I think I had the last round of a punishment wheel.
You might have.
Yeah. Where you had to just hit softballs, and
12 or 16 inch.
12. But like that, I don't know what it was. Like, that put so much more stress on my shoulder, which is sublux-mated, just slides in and out all the time now. And like, that was the thing that I'm feeling the most today. And it was that last softball.
Yeah, it's so bad. There's a chiropractor at the office.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I booked a massage. I got one of
I've said that many times. I've never gotten a professional massage aside from that lovely Dominican lady on the beach in Santo Domingo a couple years ago. But
I wonder where she's at.
And probably giving massages on the beach right now.
She's somewhere with a little Williams running
Hawking,
little Willie
shell necklaces and Viagra.
What was your observation, Danny? You were on site, but you were more just watching, doing social.
I think, speaking of streams, this reminds me of last time we were here talking about the 41 free throw stream, and Mantis just always kind of finds a way to repurpose basketball content, like any way he can do. He's just always basketball themed. I think Dave just needs to start doing that with baseball. Some way,
just
somehow.
like random challenges.
Yeah.
How long do you? I don't know if he can. He's on
right
on
now,
the 60-day DL right now.
I don't know if they're doing it right now or not, but on the Yak they're doing the gladiator thing.
It's for
with the giant Q-tips
for Cars.com. It's to be like to have the number 1 parking spot.
They'll be fighting in that.
Yeah.
I want nothing to do.
Oh, that's what that is. That's sick.
I would do that 99 times out of 100.
Yes.
I replied to the email saying I'm on IR today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that looks sweet. I've always wanted to do that.
Those are fun.
I've never done it.
They
look like they're too far apart to me.
They had those at the Warrenville 4th of July. All grown up, the actual Q-tip ones, not those ones, like the American Gladiator ones. And I got my brother up there one time and just beat the fucking shit out of him. My dad was about to kill me. He was probably about 9-10 years old, and I was like 14 or 15.
And you were in your prime.
The trick is Notre Dame High School had like a fundraiser where they had that.
Can we get this
put you in a
at your block
hockey
party?
helmet.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. And like once you get hit, you just smoke them on the head, and your collarbones will just take a beating from the helmet.
Dude, we used to do the hockey helmets for getting hit in the head with a blunt object. We used to do locker boxing. You guys know what that is?
Yeah.
Put the hockey helmets on, just your hockey gloves.
Yeah.
You just beat the shit out of each other. You would get like, I guarantee our team had concussions. From that, and like you would get like the jaw. The thing where you open and your ear hurts, like that was like the most common. The hockey helmets for that, I don't think do much good.
Mm-hmm. Probably not. Anything else, Danny?
Ebo.
Yeah, we have to talk about Ebo.
Ebo did not see that coming.
So if I were just a random spectator coaching the Chicagoland Chargers like I used to, I swear to God, I would look at Ebo, and not just because he was hitting the home runs because it was a 200-foot fence. His swing is like basically flawless, and he's got twitch and juice. I was talking to a couple scouts. There were scouts there last night because who was it? Perfect Game. One of the like main baseball companies that does like showcase events and has teams and everything set this up for us.
Yeah, look at this.
He legitimately pissed on the ball.
Did
to the
he
point
play
where
college?
No, he didn't even. He was on his high school team, but he didn't start. He said so. Max had the theory, which I think makes perfect sense, that he's like one of those kids that grew when he was like 22 or 23, and when he was 17 he was probably half the size he is now.
Yeah,
but he was legitimately hitting the ball so hard.
Was he better than Max?
Different.
He outpaced Max, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because he took 20 or 30 less swings than the rest of us because he only came in like the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Once we were like, all right, we need someone like who else can hit, And I swear to God, I'd be like, get that kid's info. I'm gonna start following him. That kid's scholarship worthy. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding when I say that.
Damn.
He was.
He might need a pee in a cup.
Yeah, it was crazy.
400-foot bomb.
And like Dave said, like when he's just in the batter's box, you're like, oh, that's a ball player. Like he just looks the part. Smash.
It's always nice when a random star comes out of one of these things.
Yeah, good for him.
That's what it was, because he's a behind-the-scenes guy, yeah.
Seems very different than 41 free throws. 41 free throws was, you guys were very tired after, like, sleep-deprived. This is more like body soreness.
Well, and that was, like, debilitating mentally, too.
Yeah.
Like, this was just fun. Like, we knew we would get it eventually. It's just, like, a matter of time. They had lights and whatever, so it was just like, we'll get it, and we might slow down because we're tired. The 41 free throw thing was like, if Dave didn't make that last one that he made, we'd be like, this is never.
We'd still be there.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
it. Max was awesome, obviously.
Yeah.
Hank learned how to
was
guide
cool.
the ball out perfectly.
Yeah, Hank was hitting him like
ball.
230 every time, 230 feet every time.
So much fun though. I had a absolute blast out there.
Well, good. That was good stuff.
Yeah.
I should have noted, too, we're getting to it soon. You guys saw in the description, Jeremy Roenick's coming on in a couple minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, that's good stuff.
I do got to say, though, Danny did not impress me in the outfield.
I had a couple bad drops, but I had more catches.
And you're
I'm all right
throwing
with that.
back to the bucket. You looked like Smalls out there.
Well, no,
Maybe that's the
you just got to
next-
lob to the bucket. You're not going full 100% to the bucket because
Would-
he's not even looking.
Well, your idea was to have Dave do baseball content. Would you allow us to do a video where Dave just teaches you how to play baseball?
Yeah.
But you have to listen to everything.
I need help hitting. Yeah, I could use help hitting.
But you have to listen to everything Dave says for
Pull
like
up
an
that
hour.
Smal again, Lance.
Well, if he,
No, me.
it depends. If
Look
it's
at
baseball related,
Dave
maybe.
just wants to watch himself play.
It's a slippery slope.
Dave was in the dugout breaking down his
I
swing.
was getting very long. I was casting. I didn't like it.
Sorry to, I don't mean to make you mad, but this might make you mad.
Okay.
That Chief and I finalized the music list for Saturday.
Oh,
I don't care. You can go for it.
Okay, all right. I thought he would be upset that he wasn't
You don't-
consulted.
I mean,
Doo-wop list?
it's not.
No.
He needed some help, Dave.
Well, it was. But
He had
that-
7 Sinatra songs on when I said.
Yeah, that's for 30 songs or something. That's too long. I heard that combo.
there wasn't 7.
There were 7.
Was there 7 Sinatra
Yes.
songs?
You can't do a quarter of the songs one artist.
It was, but that was that was the first trim. Like that,
Eddie
I was
wanted,
working on second cut.
Evan Sinatra. You're not even hearing that the day after he dies.
That's not true.
Eddie wanted basically a block party where everyone just slow dance with their best gal.
Yeah.
Like that's what it
You
was.
got are you gonna do like line dancing or anything?
No, I'm anti the.
So-
You know, like one of the most country like things in the world, the most country shit is that Copperhead Road dance.
Ooh,
You ever
I don't know if
seen
I
that?
know the Copperhead Road.
Oh,
I know the song, obviously.
yeah, like that's like a big thing where I was like, I knew I was down in Southern Illinois with those people when like they'd all get to the dance floor for the Copperhead Road.
Little boot scoot boogie.
Yeah, it was just like, I don't know.
Do you like the electric slide?
Um,
Any wedding dances?
yeah, I mean,
You'll get out there for the Cupid Shuffle.
I don't know the moves
You
per
just gotta
se.
Follow everybody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You,
but
you
like-
need like
They
one or
tell
two.
you it's
yeah.
instructional.
I'm a
Yeah.
Casper slide.
Slide to the left.
I'm a Casper slide guy.
Okay.
That's different though. That's not the Cupid Shuffle. That's a Casper slide.
Cupid Shovel is down, down, down.
Yeah.
But they still go
Yeah.
to the right,
To the right, to the left. To the
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm a Cupid Shuffle guy.
Okay.
I think
All
he's
right.
from here. He just died like last year.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Who is he? I don't know who it
DJ
is.
Cupid. No, DJ Casper. DJ Casper.
Yeah,
I think his name
Casper.
was.
Okay.
It's time for the Casper slide. I mean, I wouldn't do that at a block party, but I'd do that at a wedding for
Okay.
sure.
All right. Are you a wedding dancer?
Can we
It takes the right song to get me out.
Can
You know, the
we-
right amount of drunk and the right song.
So
many
let's
people
let's
are
say
you-
it's a 2-hour reception. How much dancing are you doing?
You got to show face on that floor.
You have to.
He's from Hazelcrest and he did just die August 7th, about a year ago, Ed.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah.
R.I.P.
Not definitely half hour maybe. You?
That's
How
respectable.
about you? I'll get caught up in like the cigar and like the chat and outside. You know what I mean?
That's. I feel like that's. I don't know. I'm out there basically the whole time.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like you put the tire on the head and everything.
See Ed always just tries to slant everything in a negative, disparaging light. I like to have fun at weddings. What's wrong with that?
You're a tie around the head guy.
No, I've
I think
never.
30 minutes.
No,
is
I'm
the
actually.
amount of time that you should check off for the wedding.
I can't picture Dave dancing.
Once I get drunk, yeah.
I picture you singing, not dancing.
It's like a combo, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But everybody does the
Yeah.
combo. Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to say?
But I don't take the tie off. I don't take anything off. I seal all the juices inside because I don't want to sweat through. Like, I get so sweaty that I just leave the jacket on, eventually pit out through the jacket.
I know it smells crazy in there.
It has to.
Yeah.
Just opens it up. If you were, good thing you're not the drug guy like Danny. You'd be fucking.
I know.
The drugs would be stinky.
See, here he goes again.
Yeah.
Catch a
No
waft.
point of even trying to defend it anymore.
Yeah.
Come get your drugs. Hit me up.
Whatever you're
You
looking
any
for.
drugs last night, Danny?
Weed.
Oh, nice.
Did some weed. What were you going to say?
I think 30 minutes is I think everybody should be obligated to hit the dance floor for
30 minutes.
30 minutes. I think that's fair, right?
I think that's the minimum.
Yeah, the minimum.
Yeah. Otherwise,
And once
you're
you
just
check
a
that box, you
big
can-
stick in the mud.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't,
Don't be
stick in
don't
the
be the
mud.
stick in the mud.
Yeah, get out there for the easy songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Instructional ones. Maybe a little
That's
Cotton
what I
Eye
do.
Joe. Cotton Eye Joe, you can really just jump around and no one's going to be like, you're a
That's basically what
Cotton Eye Joe
The
and
mosh
then Footloose are like a fucking workout, though, when those songs come on.
Cheap is fucking getting out of there.
Yeah, is that like?
Chairs falling behind him.
Movies.
Yeah,
sprinting
take
to the
it
floor.
fucking easy, Billy Elliot. Like, you don't need to be going nuts with it. Like, lift your feet up a couple times and
Telling you.
what the fuck, this guy?
They are a workout. Those are a workout.
Jesus. Yeah. So I sent him the music, so we'll see. I kept you in mind though. I put some White Sox Dave songs on there.
Good. I'm excited.
And even if
that's what I was gonna say actually. Can we open this up to the Stewies?
No,
Why not?
I mean, do you want random people at your house?
No, I don't want you at my house. I don't want anybody at my house. But this is a block party,
So
so there's gonna be random people there. Are there not?
sure, that's fine. Go on the block, but like,
You want them knowing where you live?
yeah, what the fuck? What kind of question is that?
I think that you should open it up to the Stewies.
I think you're fucking with me, and if you want to go down that road, I'll have fucking people Christmas caroling outside of your Juliet balcony on fucking December 25th and every day throughout Christmas this year if you do this.
I'm obviously wouldn't. I think you should. Is what I'm saying.
All right. That's that. We could get to Jeremy Roenick. Let's talk about Vanderhagen Razors before we do, Chief. You got that nice lineup.
Could use a touch. I used it the other day. But, yeah, it's still – if I was White Sox Dave, it'd be fully back by now. But, yeah, I cleaned it up pretty good with that Vander. No nicks, no cuts, no nothing.
Yeah, make that switch from cartridge razors to safety razors today with Vanderhagen. Safety razors allow you to get a closer, more comfortable shave. The use of one-blade razors help prevent nicks and cuts while making your skin feel smoother than ever. The best part, these blades cost as little as $1 a piece and last anywhere from 3 to 5 shaves. This will save you thousands of dollars over the years compared to the cost of cartridge razors. The blades are ice-tempered, stainless steel blades from Germany that are sharp enough to give you the perfect shave. The handle is made to last a lifetime, so the only recurring purchase you will have is for the blades. It's a no-brainer.
Perfect. Do it.
Get 'em
Where do you
at
get them, man?
Target.
You could check out your local Target and Rite Aid to get yourself a Vanderhagen safety razor today.
Everybody's got one of those nearby.
Yes,
Check 'em
everyone.
out.
You know your local Target. That's for sure. We don't have Rite Aid here.
No, those
Rite
are
Aid's
out
East
Yeah.
Coast,
Yeah.
Yeah, so go check out one of those stores. Go get your Vanderhagen razor. It's that simple. You'll be shaving better. All right, Dave, send us over to Blackhawks legend and Hall of Famer, Jeremy Roenick.
Whoosh.
All right, we are now in the interview portion of the show. We are joined by Blackhawks legend Jeremy Roenick. Jeremy, welcome to the show. It's great to have you back.
Hockey Hall of Famer.
Hockey Hall of Famer. I should have said that. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I still don't get it either, man. It hasn't hit me either, so it's kind of hard to even think about that. That's a definite, not a misstep, that's for sure. But I appreciate it. Good to be on with you. Anytime I can do something with Barstool, I love it. So good to be with you guys.
Next time you're in town, we got to get you in the office because that would be.
I'm here a lot. So let's make a habit
All
of
right.
it. Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, that to me, you said you're still getting used to it. To me, it's like they're right and they're wrong because you are. When I close my eyes and think of '90s hockey, you're one of those names that comes to mind. 500 something goals and a Blackhawks legend. When you close your eyes and you just picture yourself playing, what jersey are you wearing?
Well, it has to be the Hawks. I mean, whenever you have a team that takes a chance on you in the draft, like these guys did in 1988, especially a 155-pound high school kid, right? That's just unheard of. That's a big chance that they took on me. And, in the Hawk jersey, I had my greatest years. I had 300-point seasons, had 250-goal seasons. What's crazy about it is there's only 3 Blackhawks in the history of the organization that ever scored 50 goals. 3 on an original 6 team. That's unheard of in my opinion. And I'm the last guy in the Hawks to score 50 goals. So if you think about it, it's like it's an amazing thing to think about that it hasn't been done more, and makes you feel pretty good. But it's a Blackhawk jersey. Philly for me was unbelievable. My relationship with Philly is as strong as any team that I played on. Obviously, I lived in Arizona for 25 years, played for the Coyotes. That was a shit show of a organizational catastrophe. The only one owner was really good, and that was Richard Burke. He was amazing. After that, it just crumbled. But the people and the fans of Arizona were awesome. Living in Arizona was great. And then San Jose saved me, to tell you the truth. They saved my life and gave me a great way to end my career. So, but the Blackhawks, 8 years, most prolific years. I got to go with that. That's only right.
Well, let's go back to Arizona, because I had that on the list of things to ask you. Moreno just relinquish his rights to whatever expansion team that they were going to grant him after they moved to Utah. Do you think it can work there with the right ownership group?
100%. Yeah, 100%. With the right arena situation in the right area, there are a lot of great hockey fans, and especially with the snowbirds that come down from Canada, from Minnesota, from Chicago, even from Seattle. There's a lot of people that love hockey. And when we went there in 96 to 2000, 2001, we packed the stadium every night. I know it was only 16,500, but we even got people into seats that you could only see half the ice. Yeah. There are a lot of hockey fans there. It was just not treated right, and they tried to save a buck. They put the building in the wrong area. I don't think they brought on the right people. Let's put it this way. I'm not gonna pull punches, and I love the Phoenix Coyotes. I've loved them forever, and then the Arizona Coyotes. My heart is to them, and I wanted to help them. But I literally lived a mile away from the practice facility for 15 years after I retired, or 10 years after I retired, and the team never reached out to me once for any kind of help. Now to me, like that's crazy. If you don't want somebody whose jersey's in the rafters, who sold a lot of tickets to the fans and has a good eye for hockey, to help your team or help your players or do that, and they never did. So, it was only destined for them to move. And Moreno wasn't the right guy for hockey. He didn't even know hockey when he bought the team, and he wasn't able to get the job done. But I'm really happy for the team and the new ownership going into Utah. I think it's going to be a great move for the league. It's a great move to have a strong owner in Utah, and I wish nothing but the best for the hockey club.
The Yeti. My men's league team is called the Yeti.
It better be the Yeti.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it better be the Yeti. Give it 1 year at the hockey club to get all the rights for the naming rights and all that stuff, and the logos. But
built-in sponsor.
I think Utah Yeti, man, is like the greatest name and will be the greatest jerseys. So that's what I'm hoping for.
I agree. That's the way that you were ranting about the Coyotes. Are you trying to put together a group to put an expansion team in there?
You know what? I tried to buy the Coyotes back in 2012, 2011. It was pretty close to doing it, and then trying to move it to Seattle, but that never worked. But it's then I just gave up on the whole thing, and now I'm happy that I'm kind of separated from it and doing my own thing.
Well, all right. So if the Coyotes are out, this is we just went through the NHL free agency, big, kind of a wild deadline day and all the movement. What are the markets that if you were a free agent today, let's say you're leaving the Blackhawks, you're 27 all over again, where would you want to play now? And where is Chicago on that list?
It's a great question too. And there's some teams that really struggle during free agency because nobody wants to go there, which is unfortunate because they're great owners and great fan bases. but there are also teams that have the riches, right? Like Las Vegas and Nashville. Everybody wants to play in those two cities. Both have great teams, both have great fan bases, fun places to live. Obviously, you have the state tax situation. Chicago Blackhawks are another big one. Even though they're in the bottom of the league in standings, you want to be a part of a team that is going to rebuild, especially with a kid like Connor Bedard and living in Chicago, which is probably the greatest city in America, let alone maybe the world. But everybody wants to go to New York. There's just a lot of teams that you want to, but I really enjoyed watching free agency this year, seeing a couple of things that happened, some of the things that really made me happy, some things pissed me off, but
what was something that pissed you off? What was something that pissed you off?
With no question, what Tampa did with Steven Stamkos was an absolute embarrassment and disrespect to one of my favorite players in the game and one of the greatest guys that I've met through the game in Steven Stamkos and what he's meant, not only to the National Hockey League, but to the Tampa Bay Lightning. I mean, here's a guy who scored so many goals, even had a great year last year, scored 40, had a point a game, and to offer him $3 million in disrespect of the icon and literally the face of the team was really disappointing. And I wonder there's something else behind it, because there's no way a Steven Stamkos, whether they thought maybe he was injury prone or something like that. I don't know what the situation was, but Steven Stamkos took less money in his last contract to stay in Tampa, to allow that team to keep Braden Point, to keep Kucherov, to keep Hedman, to keep Vasilevsky, to have that team, because certain players like Steven Stamkos was the leader and took less money than he probably deserved.
Because that was after Taves and Kane got their 10-5. So they had reset the market. He was the next big free agent. He could have got that from Toronto or somebody.
He could have got 11.5. He's a 60 goal scorer. He could have got 11.5, maybe even 12, and he takes 8. Yeah. I mean, the guy is the epitome of class, and he's a leader. I'm going to be really excited to watch him in Nashville. I think Nashville got a really great, not only a great player, but a great leader and a great person. Mm-hmm. But I just can't get over thinking of how they treated him at the end of his stint in Tampa. Nobody likes to see that, and I was personally really sad about it.
So that's something. What I can't get over is I feel the Blackhawks did the same thing to Patrick Kane. Were you surprised that they just shut the door on that, some potential reunion, when he's made it pretty clear that he wanted to be a Chicago Blackhawk, wanted to do it last summer, wanted to do it this summer?
Yeah, that surprised me a lot when I heard he re-signed in Detroit. By the way, I picked that he would go to Detroit last year, but it really surprised me that the Hawks didn't bring him back here. Obviously, knowing he is without question the fan favorite here and has been for many years,
and he's still awesome.
Yes. Oh, he's incredible. Look what he did to the Hawks in his first game back at the end of the year last year. It was just amazing. Not only what he did and scored the goal in overtime to win, but the way that he treated the fans and the way the fans treated him. It was one of the most amazing, I think, spectacles that I've seen in a long time. Patrick Kane coming back to Chicago, and it was a great night because it was Chelly's jersey retirement night too. So it was an amazing night, and I just thought maybe having Patrick Kane come in to help Connor Bedard and to help him grow and mature and go through what it's like to be, in the big boy shoes in the National Hockey League. It makes me a little sad. I would love to see Patrick Kane back in a Chicago Blackhawks uniform, but it's a business and you got to roll with that.
Well, it was nice to see you back in the building on Chelios night as well, seeing that number 7, great teammate of yours. That early 90s Hawks was, I mean, that to me as a little kid, like that, those teams at Belfort, it was like the best.
Awesome.
It was awesome. Reichel changed his number. Alec Martinez not wearing his traditional 27. Are they paving the way for JR to be up there next to Chelly?
I don't know. Let me say that would be great. Yeah. I mean, I would love that. I'm not going to lie to you. It's always bothered me when somebody else wore 27. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. And I understand it's a business and, but to have Oduya wear it, to have Jeremy Moran wear it, to have Reichel wear it. It's just, for me, just me. And it was sad. Mm-hmm. I love that number. I associate it with myself. I write it on every single one of my autographs. So for me, that 27 is very valuable. And knowing Martinez was going into Chicago, he's 27. I have a ton of respect for Alex Martinez. He scored the winning goal for LA in overtime. He's had an amazing career, couple Stanley Cups, and a guy who's a great leader. I have a lot of respect for Martinez. I'm thinking, he's going into Chicago. Is he going to want 27? And, I talked to him. I said, hey, Alec, if you want to wear 27, I would love for you to wear 27. Please, don't be shy. And Alec Martinez, being the true class person, thanked me and called me a week later and said, I can't do it. Sorry, JR. Wow. I just can't do it. It's, I wouldn't feel right. Nobody else deserves to wear that number. And I'm going to go at 25. And literally I had tears in my eyes. Only for, to have that kind of respect given to me by a player that's playing today really means a lot to me. And Alec Martinez literally is one of the most classiest and one of the great guys of the league. His career has been great. And, I thanked him for being so cool, but I would have loved to see him wear that jersey also. So it was a really good story. It made me feel really good. And, it connected me with a really cool hockey player.
Well, and he's about my age. He's a kid of the 90s, so he understands it, even if maybe people in the organization the last 10, 12 years didn't. So I'm glad that he did that. I'm thrilled to have him here. We're thrilled to have you on. I hope you're back in the mix, back in Chicago more often, like you said.
I do have to say, I am glad that Reichel gave it up though too. Yeah. So I gotta thank Reichel for giving that up too. So that meant a lot to me. And again, it's a small thing, but us hockey players, us athletes, we have that brain, and we get very attached to things. And I'm very attached to the Hawks and that number. And this team means a lot to me, and always has. And I'll be at a lot of games and supporting the team, and we'll do anything that I can for that team. And it's just it's been a good relationship.
Yeah, obviously, like you said, you've always been romantic about the Hawks. Now, that Chelios night, I got to go back to it because it was so fucking cool, man.
It was awesome.
It's easily a top 3 Chicago sporting event I've ever been to, and it was, It was so awesome. Did that kind of bring all the emotions back for you? What was that like for you?
I cried for a lot of reasons. Chelly is my hero. He's my idol. Him and I have a very, very close relationship. He's like my big brother. Chelly treated me like nobody else treated me in the sports world, in the hockey world. And, he's the grandfather of USA Hockey. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a guy more committed to the game, more dedicated to the game, love the game so much, and have the passion and competitiveness that he had. And to see that number going to rafters, a guy from Chicago, it was just a really cool thing, knowing his family like I do, being able to be on the ice and watch it, seeing the party that he had, which was epic, by the way. Nobody throws a party like Chris Chelios. I mean, Eddie Vedder singing, singing in the bar just for Chelly, singing at the arena just for Chelly.
Kid Rock.
Gratz coming in, and Kid Rock coming
Cindy
in
Crawford
and singing.
was there. I mean,
Cindy Crawford, Randy Gerber.
Wild. Yeah.
I mean, come on. It was like the who's who, and that's Chelly. Because you know what? Chelly treats everybody the same. It doesn't matter if you're a super megastar like Michael Jordan or if you're somebody off the street, he treats everybody the same. And that's why Chris Chelios is the perfect person to idolize and to follow after. And, again, he represents Chicago like nobody else. And he was the fourth person that I called after I got the Hall of Fame call, because I want him to hand me that Hall of Fame plaque. It would mean the world to me.
Well, I love the game today. I think the game's in a great spot, but I do miss some of that where the Stars had some snarl and some bite to them, like you and Chelly did. So I romanticize the '90s hockey a little bit, and you and Chelly are the faces of that to me. So I think that's all we got for you today, JR. But like I said, we're glad you're going to be in and around the Hawks again, and we can't wait to see you here in the office.
Well, I'll be around Chicago a lot. I'm here a lot, and again, I'm truly humbled for obviously the Hall of Fame nod, and to be able to go into the stadium and sign autographs for great fans. And it's the same in Philly, same everywhere I go. But I'm really fortunate. I have a really good support group, and I couldn't thank them enough for it. And you guys included. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, I got this too, JR. I was my next door neighbor. They had a bunch of the St. Vitus hockey team over yesterday for his graduation party. They wanted to know how you shot at Park Ridge Country Club.
Great golf course. I think I shot 74.
Oh, you're
75. 74, 75. But I played with a young stud, like a 23-year-old, and he hit the ball literally a Home Depot further than me. I literally could build a Home Depot in between my ball and his ball. He was hitting driver 60 degrees to every green, and I'm like, this kid is insane. And he ended up beating me by a couple shots because this kid is sick. Had a lot of fun. Great golf course. It was the first time I ever played it, believe it or not. I've been here for 35 years. The first time I ever played Park Ridge Country Club, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. And the first time I played River Forest Country Club, which was awesome too. So I got some new ones in, and played Beverly, which was amazing after the new redo. This is golf heaven over here, so I'm going to play as much as I can.
Yeah. We're trying to make it our summer of golf. So we've done Medina and Old Elm, and we're got to do Sidney Maravitz's next.
How good is Old Elm, by the way?
Holy shit!
What a track! What a track!
That is a track of tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it, 1904?
Something like
the
that.
The greens are as pure and fast as I left the putter out. I left the putter out there on the fifth hole in the garbage somewhere. Somebody else has it. So I think Keating Crown has my putter. The legendary Keating Crown has my putter. But
they hired the guy from Augusta National to do the greens.
What a great golf course. I mean,
awesome.
That is just.
Do you have a favorite in Chicago?
Well, Old Elm is definitely up there. Bob Link is there. Butler's there. Beverly's there. Those are probably the ones that I would put up on my top shelf. Chicago golf is pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you want to go all the way out to Rich Harvest, it's fantastic. The great thing about this city is it has the best country club golf per capita, I think, than anywhere in a small span of area. Better than Michigan, better than California, better than Florida. I think this place is just it's the king of golf for country club to play.
Oh shit!
Bless. We got to get out to more.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yeah, I think we're up. Anything else you wanna? Anything you want to plug or anything like that before we let you go?
Hey, listen, I always got to plug my whiskey in the Wild,
all right.
whiskeyinthewild.com. I got a chocolate and a chocolate orange whiskey, which is by far the greatest on the planet. Starting when the hockey season starts, it's my podcast on nofilter.net, Snipes and Stripes with my buddy Tim Peel, who is one of the best referees of all time.
Yep.
So it's nice to have a different like visual of the game and opinion of the game, a guy that scored goals and a guy that, had the stripes on. So there's just like we had on the ice, we disagree with a lot of things. So we argue a lot, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So that's Snipes and Stripes at nofilter.net.
Should I ask him the Mario question?
What's the Mario question?
About
Mario and Gretzky?
Sure.
What do you think?
You see the Mario shirt behind me?
Yeah.
Right?
I see that.
Yeah.
Great backdrop. Yeah. Coming in from an undisclosed Chicago suburb, you said. Beautiful basement your buddy has. So I went down a rabbit hole of Mario Lemieux. And just seeing his whole history, do you think he would have been better than Gretzky if everything panned out?
It's hard to say better. Gretzky was the smartest player of all time. There's no question. His hockey IQ beat everybody, even still today. His records will be very, very hard to break, although we'll see if Ovechkin can break his goal record, which is crazy. If you look at Mario Lemieux and his size and his strength and his ability to score goals and put up points, he would have passed Wayne Gretzky in goals if he wasn't sick, if he didn't miss as much time, as many games. If you look at his goals per game average, it's insane. Even there's even a debate. You can say Jaromir Jagr would have broken Gretzky's goal record. Yeah. And if he didn't leave for so many years, and the guy just retired last year. He's 52 years old. I mean, the guy's nuts.
Yeah.
So but it's always going to be the never-ending debate whether Mario or Gretz being the best of all time. And I think Connor McDavid is going to join that conversation in a few years. To me, it's still Gretz because he did play the longest. He did endure the most punishment in most years. And I love Mario, but I'm gonna stick with Gretz.
How much of that era do you think impacted guys like Mario and eventually you, where like the game just slowed down and became a drag until that 05 lockout? It was a war out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think my generation was the best generation in the history of hockey. If you think about it, from 1988 to 2000, 2001, say 2002, to when Gretz and Mario kind of retired. You think of the players that played in that generation. I mean, they have to be almost half of the top 100 players of all time played that. I mean, you can go down to Messier, Eisman, Gretzky, Brett Hull, Chris Chelios, Mike Medano, Brian Leach. Just think of the guys.
The Russians that came over in that era.
Yarmir Jagr, exactly. Yeah. Pavel Bure, Yarmir Jagr, Eric Lindros, John Leclerc. I mean, just think of the Paul Coffey, Larry Murphy. I mean, it's endless of the players of literally the superstar status. And then you had the tough guys. You had fights. You had these tough guys that played in with the best athletes, the best talented players that we've seen. And up to that point, I think now in today's game, everybody can skate fast.
Yep.
Everybody can shoot. Everybody can hit. Everybody can do things very, very quickly. They're just not all, they have all the tools, but they don't have the toolbox.
Yep.
Right. And you could have a fourth line player in today's game that could skate, shoot like a first line player did in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Right. But it's just a different mentality and a different type of game. And it's a lot of fun to watch now. But boy, I'm like you though. I miss that toughness and that, those fights and that hard hitting style of game.
Well, that's why I always thought that as a fan, maybe like the golden era was like that first Crosby final until like the end of the Hawks run, because you kind of had both. Like the rules changed to open it up, and then you still had like that hangover from your era where like guys were tough, and you would see like Taves and Backus and like the kind of the star guys go at it, not to the degree that you guys did, but it was like, to me, that was like the blending and the best of both worlds. And now we've like, I want to like make hockey violent again. Like I want to see some of that.
Well, it's funny you say that. Getting Rempe in New York and what he did in February, where he came in and just had some great bouts. That got a lot of excitement in the league. So there are people that still like that. But I will say the finals this year between Florida and Edmonton was awesome hockey from front to back.
Yep.
It was fast. It was hard hitting. It was after the whistle, scuffles, great goaltending. So the game is still there. It's great. And it was a lot of fun to watch. I think the National Hockey League is in a really good place right now. And it's a lot of fun to watch. I got to say they've done a really good job of getting real good quality on the ice, and it peaked at the final with probably one of the best finals we've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it's too bad Matthew Tkachuk's don't grow on trees, because I feel like if every team had one of those.
Amen to that, man. Yeah. Amen to that. I was one of the first people to hold him when he was born, so I have a very close relationship with the Tkachuk family. Him and Brady are two of my favorite athletes in the world, and Matt and their dad Walt is probably one of my greatest teammates of all time. So it's very close. I was very happy for them. Those
Coyotes teams with you and him, and then the whiteouts, like the Kachina jerseys, like those were fun teams. Those were great teams. Fun teams. Yeah. Rick Tocchet. Yeah. We had, Craig Janney was on that team. Yeah. Teppo Newman and Bobby Boulin in net. We had a bomb team, man. Yeah. It was fun. The Boulin Wall. It was fun. Boulin Wall. Well, all right, JR. We'll actually let you go this time. We kept you longer than I said, so thanks for jumping on. It's all right. I can talk forever with you guys. I appreciate the time. And again, thank you for everybody out there for all your support. And
There are a lot of people that ask me, when you go into the Hall of Fame, when you go to Hall of Fame. So that support that I've always gotten from the people that are most important, and that's the fans. I want to say thank you to all of them. It's been a really good ride for me.
All right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
JR.
Well, congratulations again, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys. We'll see ya.
See ya.
All right, thanks to JR. Before we keep it moving, I want to talk about DraftKings. It's finally here. Best ball week at DraftKings. Here's why it's a big deal. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking $15 million guaranteed prize pool with two millionaires being crowned for first and second place. If you're a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger rosters so injuries won't end your season. Only the draft, and that's it. You're set for the season. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year, DraftKings is offering everyone a Draft One, Get One special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket. Best Ball Week is here. Download the DraftKings app and use code MID. That's code MID for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball. 15 million millionaire contest to get a bonus ticket and get a shot at being crowned one of the 2 millionaires. It's Best Ball Week, only on DraftKings. Go check it out. All right, thanks to JR. Anything else you want to say about JR?
Yeah, I love JR. Alec Martinez giving up that number, and I talked to Alec Martinez a little bit about it too. Just like a class move for a guy who's worn 27. He's won multiple cups. Like, he is, if anyone was worthy of wearing that number, it would be a guy like that. And he was like, I couldn't do it. Because he's like a roughly our age. Like, he appreciates you, kid of the 90s. He's like, I would never feel comfortable doing it. And I'm like, well, a lot of guys have. And he goes, yeah, I don't know about those guys. So he's like, I think that's like a very classy move. I don't think that he'll get his number retired this year, JR, but I think that's something that could happen in the future and probably should. Like, if you're in the Hall of Fame, you're probably a top 5 American player ever, top 7 American player ever, and 500 goals. Like he said on the broadcast, he's the last guy for the Blackhawks to score 50 in a year. He did it twice, I believe. So he deserves it, and he's almost like one of those guys that's like the myth and the legend of him is like bigger than what he was on the ice. Like, he's a guy that everybody, it's like a household name for a guy who never won a cup, which is pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I love him. He's the best.
He is the man.
Yep. Moving along to baseball. The first half is over. Did you guys watch the All-Star game or
we
Not
were
a
hitting
single
bombs.
pitch.
Yeah, did you watch the home run derby?
A little bit.
I was staring at the blue tornado screen for
Yeah. Likewise. And like my Fox was all fucking
Yeah.
scrambled. I couldn't even watch anything.
I don't really
Weird.
care about the home run derby, to be honest.
I didn't this year. I couldn't care.
I liked when they changed the format, and now like that even feels a little stale
Yeah.
to me too. So I don't know. I don't care.
You lived it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You did live it. Shota, clean inning. It was nice for him.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Anything Cubs are 3.5 back after we said last week, like, hey, let's just clean house. They swept the Orioles.
Yeah, I'm kind of
split against the Cardinals.
I'm kind of sucked back in a little.
Are you? They're
Yeah.
4 games under 500, 3.5 out of the wild card, 8.5 out of first place of the Central.
Thank you. They've got the Diamondbacks this week at home starting Friday. So that's a series where, they're in the contention. I think they're a half game or a game out of the wild card themselves. So do well in that series. Then you got the Brewers again. Do well in that series. And then I think they got the Royals and the Reds. So there is still some more runway here for them to claw back up. And the guy that is the most obvious trade candidate is Cody Bellinger, who is out. So it's like, is that going to make it more difficult to trade him anyways if he's got a broken finger or whatever, heading up to the deadline at the end of the month? So you might not eat. So it's like, we're not even really going to get anything for him because he's injured. So what's the point of trading him? We might as well just ride it out. I'm not saying go be buyers necessarily, because I feel like if Ben Brown gets his neck fixed and they get some of these other pitchers back, you might be able to cobble together a back end of a bullpen that's decent enough. And it's all of a sudden, if you do have this good end to the month, are you the team that you were in April and July, or are you the team that you were in May and June? And it's that I hate the way the baseball playoffs are now, because they should be just completely dead. But when they expand the playoffs, you're not 3.5 out. You're not really dead. And that starting pitching is so good that it's like it'd be a shame to have like a starting pitcher's ERA like under 3.5 and fold the season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just going to keep moseying.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
You think they're going to right around 500?
Yeah, they're going to keep moseying, like be enough to keep us in it and be like, should we? I don't think they're going to flat out sell.
Yeah, but I don't think
really
but I don't think they can. They don't really have a lot unless you're selling Ian Happ. But if you're selling Ian Happ, you better go get Soto. You know, like that's in the off season, which if that's the trade-off, then fine, but just tough because
regardless, pick a fucking direction.
Yeah.
And I would be happy with that.
Yeah, but I don't think they can do like the fire sale like we were saying a couple weeks ago.
I'm a little distracted right now because I did not look at this. So I was just looking at first half standings. I did not realize the White Sox are 27-71.
Where have you been this summer, Ed?
That is a shocking.
That is like a shocking.
They
I know
they started like 0-20.
Yeah, I knew they're the worst team in baseball. But
They
to see 71 losses in the first half.
I don't know how factual this is, Lance. You can look it up. But someone told me the other day that they got the most losses in Major League history prior to the All-Star break.
They're going to lose 100 games, guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Duh, they're going to lose 115 games, Ed. Do the math.
I know.
And especially if Crochet and Robert are gone in 2 weeks.
I just stopped paying attention because it got to a point where it's like,
it's not fun.
Yeah, haha, like they're going to be the worst team. They might have the worst record ever. Like they're really keeping that pace.
Yeah.
Because it did feel like there was at one point they had like a good 10-day stretch.
Where they went 5-5
games or something like that. Yeah. But like 5-5, if you're playing 500 ball, then you're not the worst team ever.
That 110-game sample.
Jesus.
Do you think they are going to trade both those guys?
They better fucking not. Robert, I wouldn't care about as much because, like, he is very injured and he's very erratic as a player. But his floor, like right now, he's still really good and he's scuffling. So
the ceiling is an MVP.
Exactly, and then we know what the ceiling is. He can go on those tears where he hits 330 and drops 10 bombs in a month.
Yeah.
But like so rumor has it, they say, and I don't know who they necessarily is, but they say that they drafted this kid out of Arkansas who is absolutely filthy, mind you. He's fucking filthy. He could be in their rotation at this exact moment. And as Crochet's replacement, which makes no sense to me at all. Like we
just have two guys that are good. How about that?
For the next 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Next 2.5 years. Then you don't deal Cease. There's Cease, Crochet, Hagen Smith. Schultz is going to be coming up. Probably not next year, maybe at the end of it, but probably 2026. There's your fucking rotation. And they're just looking to deal guys. The people that have still like not abandoned being balls deep in the draft for the White Sox, like I have. Like, what am I supposed to care about? Obviously I'll dig into Hagen Smith, and I knew who he was prior to the draft and everything, but like I didn't know the rest of the players they drafted this year because there's no point on me following it because I don't trust that the White Sox are going to actually try to win over the next handful of years. And but a lot of people say that they had a bad draft. So. And this was a draft.
I always kind of hate when people say that.
I have no idea.
What's a bad?
Depends.
Yeah,
like we won't know if it is or isn't for a few years.
Is that White Sox fans or like MLB experts?
White Sox fans mostly.
Oh, then I feel like you love that. Like that's like.
But like White Sox fans are, and I'm speaking about a handful of people in particular, but they are hyper focused on this stuff and they do know what they're talking about. So, like even though. Of a few of these guys I'm referencing, like one of them is James Fox. I know a lot of people know who he is in White Sox Twitter. He is so, like, he knows every bit. He doesn't have the following, obviously, but he knows as much about the draft rules, bylaws, who the players are, what strategies should be employed as like a Keith Law, even though Keith Law is Keith Law. So, like, a lot of puzzling moves. Another guy that I know you're Brian Billick, who has a following on White Sox Twitter as well. He is adamant, not that he knows, but he's adamant that Hagen Smith was a last-second Jerry Reinsdorf pick because Hagen Smith was shocked that they drafted him. He's like, they stopped talking to me a long time ago. And when you're drafted in the first round, every team knows what your signing bonus what you want your signing bonus to be. So you negotiate that to get it to the number that you agree upon.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where you fall in the draft. They didn't even have that number negotiated, apparently prior to like a few minutes before they took him. So it's like, oh shit, Reinsdorf wants this guy.
Like,
got to go and fucking take him.
That's one of those things where it's like, how arrogant do you have to be as an owner to think that you know what's best at this?
Exactly.
Like if you want to be like, hey, I don't want to pay that much money. I don't want to pay $300 million for a free agent. That I can understand. But if you're taking these college kids or high school kids and they're just like, no, this is my guy. That's fucking insanity if that's true.
Someone responded to, so that was, I was pissed about it. I'm like, so I keep reading that the Sox are replacing Crochet with Smith instead of pairing them together with Schultz. And someone responded to me, some random guy goes, Jerry wouldn't let Han hire a manager or pay for Harper and Machado, and it sunk Han's plan. Jerry won't let Getz fire the shit manager or pay Crochet, and it'll sink Getz's plan. And Jerry won't let the next GM execute their plan. It'll sink them too. That's the hell we live in. That was a absolutely perfect summation of Jerry Reinsdorf and how he runs the White Sox.
Yeah.
So I haven't heard a peep. I did. So I was wondering, I'm like, what the hell's going on at this stadium? We haven't heard an update on it in months now since the season started. So I was talking to someone, not going to name him. He's actually in the know, and he's like, they were planning on having shovels in the ground already. It sounds like that might not even happen, and that is basically the last saving grace that White Sox would have with Jerry Reinsdorf operating like an actual major league owner. Well, operating like he should as a major league owner.
I was never convinced that it was going to happen in the first place.
That they're gonna move.
Yeah, never.
They kind of have. I mean, that
It's
stadium's one of the
so
oldest
hard
in
to
baseball
like
now.
make stadiums happen.
It's
It's just so hard.
I mean,
so
you
many
have
moving
the
parts, and
players,
especially when you have an owner who you know is not going to want to.
fine.
Yeah,
Hey.
he'll nickel and dime it, but he
Yeah.
is also. It does feel like he's a guy who has a big swinging dick around town, though.
Oh, he
too.
definitely
Totally.
does. Yeah,
So
Totally.
like
definitely
that
does.
kind of cuts both ways.
Yeah, he's got enough clout in
For
the
sure,
city
yeah.
to make something happen.
Definitely.
100%.
Yeah,
I just don't think there's an appetite in the year 2024 for taxpayers to fund billionaire stadiums. And I can, like, if it were up to me, obviously it's not. Like, in a hypothetical world, I'd be like, yeah, build that fucking stadium. I'll be there every day.
Yeah,
I don't care what my taxes raise up to. That's not this though. Like,
It's a cause that has been rallied against in recent years.
right,
You know?
and
If this is
nobody's
the
getting money
2000s,
anymore. Yeah,
like
90s,
this,
sure.
this happens.
what
Yep.
percentage of the team does he own?
33 or something.
see.
It went up from 19 to like 30 after Eddie Einhorn's death or something like that.
August 5th, you want to fly out to Oakland with me?
Oakland,
Yeah.
yeah, tentatively.
You want to go?
Sure.
White Sox at A's.
That's, yeah. Actually, I do want.
One day trip.
Yeah.
One
yeah,
day trip.
I'm in.
Night game at Oakland before they fucking move.
All right.
You in?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Danny?
I'm in.
Lance?
Lance,
Hell yeah,
Let's
do
go.
it.
One day trip. One
All
day
right.
trip for the boys.
All right,
I've
fine.
never been in California.
Quick turnaround.
I think that'll be state number 26 for me over the halfway mark.
I got to see that stadium and to see the 27-win White Sox versus the 33-win
Yeah.
Oakland Athletics. It feels like there's.
I'll
nothing
get.
better.
You know what? I'll get.
Let's bring
I'll
Ebo
get
and
him to
throw him
leave
out
us.
there.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I'll get him to leave us tickets, so we don't even have to pay those $3.
Yeah, sure. I would be happy to walk up to the box office and not think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even. I seriously want to do this though,
No,
You know what we
you've
should
been
do?
talking about it.
I know.
We should.
and it's like perfect. They
Lance,
play
actually,
Monday.
I want you to clip this.
They play a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday set in Oakland.
I want you
Go
to
out for
clip
the
this.
Monday game?
I want you to. I want any potential Oakland A's fans listening to this, wear your Sell the Team shirts. I'll wear ours, and we'll have a little joint Sell the Team thing. We won't even be rooting for any wins or losses in the game. We're going to be one unit in the stands, all 300 of us that day. Can we make that happen?
Perfect. I'll wear a fucking Sell the Team shirt.
Yeah.
I got, I'm with the people.
Because I hate John Fisher too. And there was that article that came out today, or yesterday rather, about they players went on the record talking about how much, not A's players per se, but players around the league went on record talking about what a disaster John Fisher and the Oakland A's are, and how it's an embarrassment, how he should be ashamed, how he feels bad for anybody who's got to play there.
I got to see it. I got to see it before it goes. So let's try to make
Oko?
that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know, Barry Zito, like the fucking Moneyball A's. Like, that's something I want to see before they.
Scott Hatteberg picking machine.
Yeah, I know people are going to be like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't need to see that, but I need to see it.
And I want to be there when you say that.
To knock down the Trop in the Coliseum in 1 year.
You've seen a lot of stadiums. I haven't seen too many. I've seen, obviously, both Chicago, Boston, both New York, both Milwaukee, both St. Louis, and then Cincinnati, and that's it. And then I played in the Metrodome.
Yeah.
I never went to a game there, though.
I've seen both Centrals besides Minnesota. I've seen both New York. I've seen Boston, and then I saw Tampa Bay.
I thought you've been to more than that for some reason.
No, so like 13, 14, something like that. Almost half.
All right, we update.
Yeah.
We got tagged in a tweet from Primetime Illinois. That's the baseball clinic. Dave was third in highest exit velo, 103.1. That's a rip. So Ebo had 106.6, which is crazy, and Max had 103.4. So Dave's hitting it as hard as Max. And then furthest distance, Dave also finished third. 391 feet was Dave's biggest pop.
Oh boy.
That's a good pop.
Shout out to me.
418 is a fucking bomb.
I don't know.
Bomb.
Yeah.
For someone who, what's Ebo weigh? $175 maybe?
Yeah, he's a little guy.
He's not big.
No.
That is a bomb.
And like it's not like the pitch.
No, exactly.
So.
The pitch isn't supplying any
Right.
power either.
Right.
It was coming in at 30 miles an hour, whatever it was.
North Central logo. Jerry's got
I don't
the
know why they
Barstool
use my
logo.
high school. They use my high school logo.
Use the Berkshire feels like a high school.
I like that.
It's distinguished.
Yeah. Yeah, 92 exit velo. I'm happy with that.
Wow, double Ohio State. All right. Lastly, Chicago Bears. The reports camp this weekend. Caleb sign, Rome sign. I don't really have a ton to say on that. It took a while, but it's done.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to
It's
it.
not like they missed anything because they weren't signed.
No. And like it was like a talking point for like a few days, it felt like, but hey, it's all here, it's all rosy, we're all good to go. Weird camp where there's really not a ton of interesting position battles. Like besides opposite end of Sweat, interior line there, like with, Bates and Nate Davis at the right guard spot. But I don't know. It's just kind of like a gravy thing where we're just there to watch Caleb see Waldron's new offense.
Mm-hmm.
And
keep everybody healthy.
Yeah,
I think that's
keep
the
everyone
thing.
healthy.
Yeah, keep everyone healthy. And then what they're going to do, Waldron, I think, is the most interesting thing because he's known as a guy who uses a lot of tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
They signed a tight end to go next to Cole, but then they draft a wide receiver, so they have 3 great wide receivers. Is Kerry Blossom game going to play a little bit less this year? Is his roster spot in
Is he going to
jeopardy?
make the team?
Yeah.
So
that'll be interesting. But that to me is like the big question, like how quickly and what is the offense?
because he's polarizing too if you talk to Seahawks fans.
Waldron.
Yeah. True.
Like half the Seahawks fans were like, dude, we had fucking DK Metcalf, Lockett, and JSN, and we don't feel like we extracted the total potential that we could have got out of that core.
I mean, he completely revitalized Geno Smith's career.
Sure, but they took a step back last year.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
2 years ago, he played well. He did well with Geno.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he's polarizing. I'm not saying that's how it's going to be for the Bears. Like I'm going in with like a very open mind, very positive attitude towards it. But that's the report from his previous job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll see how it goes. I'm choosing to be optimistic.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like, well, Seahawks fans said this.
And you know what?
It's a different 52 different guys.
Geno Smith does not have near the skill set, and he's in his waning years. How long has he been in the league for? Like 12, 13 years?
I think it's less than that.
He was like 2000. He was at West Virginia when I was in college. Because I remember I made a bet with one of my roommates that he'd be a first-round pick or not, and he was the first pick in the second round, I think.
Yeah.
So I won the bet.
Oh, he was like a Heisman finalist.
No, I know.
Or was in the contention.
But I mean, he's been in the league forever, and he wasn't like a consensus 1-1 guy. Kind of, was journeyman-ish.
He got punched in the face.
Yeah, but
he's been in the league for a decade.
We're talking about
seasons.
Roma Dunze,
Yeah.
Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Cole Kmet, and Caleb Williams. That's way better.
DeAndre Swift.
Like on paper, I should say that's way better than what he's had to work with in Seattle. So I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, yeah, quarterback wise, but I don't want to take away from the Seahawks.
Yeah, they
core.
got
That's a
weapons.
good core.
Yeah,
too.
they got good
Seahawks
weapons.
have been an outstanding organization for a long time.
Totally. And
I'm just excited about this Bears roster.
Yeah, as everyone should be.
Everybody calling me, oh, you're fucking negative. You know everybody sucks. Look at me now, Ed.
Look at you now.
Look at you now. Sing it, Danny.
Look at me now.
Remember?
Oh, okay. Different songs.
Look at him now.
Sing the Busta Rhymes verse. I know you know it.
I'm getting paper. All right. Yeah, that's really it. That's it. We could wrap the show there, unless you guys have anything else.
I watched your movie the other night.
Let's save it for next Tuesday. I feel like that's more of a good fodder for a Tuesday show. Okay?
I kind of want to do it now, though.
Let's do Tuesday.
All right.
All right?
I don't know if I can hold out.
Hold out. Hold out.
What's the movie?
The Strangers. He's like been wanting to give me a review for 3 weeks. He keeps forgetting. We'll do it next Tuesday.
I watched it like 4 or 5 days ago.
No, you didn't.
I think I watched it Monday?
No.
Or Sunday?
No. All right. Thanks, JR, for coming on. And thank you, everybody, for listening. Thanks for watching. We're also hosting a Bears panel today with our friend Lauren Screeden, so that should be exciting. I don't know who's going to be out there and whatnot, but
and then I do think
look
we
out
should
for that.
promo what we got coming up at the Laugh Factory.
Good, Dave. Good. That brain's fucking firing.
That's right, it is.
Put Chief at the mashed potato brain spot number 1 for the day.
What about you?
And Danny.
Sure.
Give us the details, though, Ed.
The 25th of July, so next Thursday, a week from today, we will be at the Laugh Factory doing some stand-up comedy.
Yeah, we're kind of emceeing.
With Mook, Tarani, and our friend Chris Bader. So if you bought tickets, we'd appreciate it, and we'll see you.
Yeah, we'll see you out there.
Yeah. All right, then. That's it, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you guys Tuesday.